for you about mind control and the system that we're born into. A bit like a slave system, controlled by money and especially mind control. I want to make this video with the intention to help liberate you and your mind. So, first of all, without getting disempowered and dwelling sadly and fearfully for a long period of time on the state of affairs in the world, which were and still currently are to a large enough degree, I want to help fill you with optimism, knowing that it can change, and it will change, and it has been changing since this whole COVID thing, this pandemic. This, instead of being a great reset, has led to a great awakening instead. And what that means is the best way to control someone's mind is that they don't even know that they're being mind controlled. They don't even know that they're being controlled in life, and that you've gotten in their head. You've made them see a certain way. So this whole thing, starting in 2020, has blew the top on stuff like covert operations and parts of the government. So government is for governmente, which mente in Spanish is your mind. I said in French in a previous video, I think I made a mistake, but somebody said mente, I think it's from mentir, is probably to lie. So mind, to lie, to tell lies to your mind, or else to govern your mind. So government, and also to govern. Who governs us? Who's above us governing us, telling us what to do, like slaves? So this is actually good news that we're learning, and the whole COVID thing in 2020 start to blow the top and expose and show worldwide things about covert, which is hidden behind the scenes operations which were to control and mind control humanity. Stuff like the child and sex trafficking covert operations, okay? That's been blown a lot. It's now come to the surface. I didn't know about that, especially to such an extent with the children. Hollywood, all the sex scandals, child abuse, and like sort of demonic, ritualistic, sacrificial, awful things happening in and around Hollywood, based in and around the old world order, the cabal or the Illuminati, or some people call them the elites. Elite in what? They're not elite. So that's been blown up by people who've told the story and exposed them, whistleblowers. There's been a lot of whistleblowers in many areas. Then of course there's the fake or covert. What else? I think the whole space program, there's not really. I don't know if there's really a space program or not, but I don't think so. And so many people have come out to be fake or liars or cheats or part of the old world order. Various political parties or people in the US government or the worldwide government, or governments worldwide. Stuff like Fauci, the apparent health person in America, the health in charge. He's scandalous. He's been shown. Bill Gates. These people have been shown to predict the surprise pandemic a few years ago, and to say that they want to reduce the world population by billions. Biden, of course, I think he, from what I know, is he's ridiculous and treacherous and terrible. In a world that's more humane, when we're not being governed or mind controlled, we don't have to be a slave to the system, working our way, full-time jobs, slaving away full-time, spending so much of our life trying to desperately earn enough money to desperately earn a living, struggling. There wouldn't be poverty. There would be humanitarianism. There would be love. There would be care, and that's what we're going towards. Because this great awakening is it's a great detox. It's a fear and root chakra and overall detox leading to more spirituality on Earth, which is fantastic. Well, labour pains, giving birth, and I don't pretend to know exactly what birth is, so ladies, I'm not trying to say I know, okay? Because that can be a trigger topic. I'm not saying anything bad, but it can upset some people, and that's okay. I respect that, and no bad feelings towards that. But any physical detoxification or even emotional detox, energetic detox, it's uncomfortable. So we're going through a ruffling of the feathers now. So much has been exposed. The golden age is coming. But we have to also do our part in freeing our mind and acting as free sovereign beings rather than slaves. We have to not comply to everything. Like I don't comply with the regulations which are against the law which the Constitution is made to protect our our inalienable, natural, God-given, from time in beginning rights for fresh air, free air, not to be breathing in your own waste products and carbon dioxide and waste products that have been shown to be bad for your brain. This, like, it's even said it can cause like brain damage to a certain degree wearing these like flasks. What's going on? Like, what's up with that? Oxygen is the #1 nutrient. Like, we can survive for months, and it's been shown, especially people with higher fat storages, but even like thin people can survive for like 30, 40 days or more without any food. And fat people can, like, no judgment, but people with a lot of like rich stores of fat on them can survive for like, I think I've heard, up to 6 months on just having water. Because, and then of course, just without food itself, but have just breathing is just like a few minutes, you know. And people have survived without liquid or food for a very long time. They've done dry fasts for days in, days out, even longer. I'd say even over a month, but that's only sort of advanced people, so to speak. So to be blocking our oxygen supply and poisoning ourselves with every single breath is criminal, especially for the children. It's really important, so please share this message, you know. We've been mind controlled by Hollywood, Disney, the TV, movies. So yeah, just taking a nice breath or two there. Instead, trying to reconnect. So yeah, I suggest against watching stuff with like murder, killing, violence, aggression, where there's like fight or flight, like scary movies. Like there's a lot of like fight or flight adrenaline brought up in children and adults with all of these movies where there's fighting and war or aggression. There's like heroes and villains. There's fear. There's kidnapping. There's a lot of cruelty. A lot of scary things. I don't think we should be exposing our children to this or ourselves. And I think part of the reason why we do like that, and I've heard they're highly addictive, is because that's the way the reptilians or the Anunnaki or the old world order, even non-human races, you know, they've wanted us to be in fear and panic and fight or flight, living in a disempowered state of fear, lower vibration. It's all about suppressing our consciousness, our heart-centeredness, our overall holistic chakra system, living in a fight or flight, the survival, physical world, money, having a home, just survival and safety, like living in that like basic primitive root area chakra and sensual chakra area. So for me, I just really want you to understand the importance of like what's more normal on another planet or another humane society would be, where we're loving, care for each other. We don't have to like slave away. We have rights. We're respected. We look after each other. We're not lied to. There's not a whole lot of secret programs behind the government, the governments, the gouvernement. I don't know what French word is, but so yeah, like say no and like to things that are like hurtful, harmful, and not right, you know. But I also suggest don't get like really sad or down over this unless it's part of your purging. But don't think about this in a sad or down way. Like I encourage you to be empowered, look after your body in every single way possible. You know, nature, get into nature more. Nature's a massive part of this. Connect with nature and have natural practices, natural food, unprocessed, as natural and real as it grows as possible. Cooking is a process too, so I'd recommend as much raw and simple meals as possible. Not to be overeating. So it's not just what you eat, it's when you eat. So don't be eating too late before bed. Don't be on your phone too late before bed. Don't go to bed too late. Go to bed when it gets dark as much as possible. I've done that and I've like had way more energy. I'd recommend the Wim Hof method. Like, it's good for circulation, alkalization, oxygenation, which is like breathing exercises and cold water exposure, like a cold shower a day, and then you can swim in the sea eventually as well, soon after, getting accustomed. And question everything. Question everything. That's the most important thing for freeing your mind. So if you have teenagers, or if you have parents, if you are a teenager, or if you have young children, just question everything. Like, don't be sucked into a system that's not meant for your well-being. Like, we're used as commodities, like slaves, like I said. We slave away in school, like doing stuff we don't even like, not important at a young age to be learning all these things that they're shoving into our mind. And a lot of it's like, quite a lot of the, I even met a secondary school assistant teacher the other day and said it's horrific, secondary school is. And I'm like, tell me about it. I hated school too, and I know why, because it's like, it's disgustingly unnatural, and you're forced into wearing like slave clothes, like the same clothes as everybody like to do in prisons. I don't know, I'll make another video about school. I'm not all against school, but it's dangerous and very unnatural to be in the general schooling system, because it's totally controlled and made for a reason, with intentionality by the old world order. But the good news is, as parents, you can really do the best you can. You're the predominant influencers, but you have to really on top of your game and very aware and clear. But there's other options like homeschooling, there's unschooling, and there's holistic other alternative schools. So I hope this video really helps you from the bottom of the top of my heart. Even question every expression to the bottom of my heart. I often say the top of my heart, but I'm not against the bottom of my heart. As long as it feels good and you know what you're saying, that's better than just unconsciously repeating like gimmicks and rhymes and things that were told into you, put into your brain, you know. Be original, be creative, be original. You're original, we're all original, we're divine creator beings, we're meant to be original, not rehashing other people's work materials. It's okay to share other people's work materials, but don't pretend or act like you thought about it. Like, it's nice to agree with it, it's good to share good things, and I do that too, but be creative and invent things also. Be shallow breaths for shallow life and shallow thoughts, deep breaths for deep life and deep thoughts. They say it goes hand in hand, and I've been working on my breath deeper, slower, more relaxed, belly, chest, neck, head, as well as doing some exercises. So yeah, be creative and original in any content that you make. And one other last thing, okay? You're the governor of your life. You make decisions for you, not anybody else. Especially when you're like of the age to do that, you know, obviously, within common sense. But I think at every age you should have a say, of course. Like they say, there's two buckets for children, the power bucket and the attention bucket. Every day you need to fill up their buckets for it. Quality, attention and time, and also power, where they get to understand and know they have a say, they're important, they have rights. They're not just like a walkover or a slave or a thing that you control or tell around what to do. So a healthy sense of self-esteem and self-empowerment. It's super important, those two buckets for children. And that goes for everyone, even adolescents. It's good to empower each other, even our partners or other adults. We want to show respect, my friends. That's what it's about. Respect animals, respect plants, respect Mother Earth, respect children, respect babies, respect adolescents, respect toddlers, respect teenagers, respect adults. We're all divine beings, and we have an inalienable, from time immemorial, beginning of time, right to be ourselves and to be able to express ourselves and be our unique selves, without control or like hurting, bully some, or disrespectful behavior.